Jon, you have with your colleagues recently published an article about global climate change and the impact of it on ecosystems. Compared to other studies in this field, how does this one differ?
Well, first of all, most studies have not studied ecosystem or effects on ecosystems, but rather on populations. And in doing so, they have usually focused on either evolutionary responses of local populations or the ability of populations or species to track climate change spatially. So either of these. This means that they completely have ignored competition between species and also the interacting effect between competition, evolution, and spatial processes. So we have tried to bring all three of them together.
And what were your most important findings?
Well, the most important maybe is exactly that we have brought them together, because it is not possible to really look at them in separation because they influence each other so strongly. The second one would be that the response of ecosystems to climate change is much longer than the climate change itself. There are processes set in motion that will take a long time to play out. And the third one is that competition really is a major thing. Species that you might have thought could survive by evolution might actually go extinct because a competitor moves with climate and comes into a new environment. Like in Sweden, the Arctic fox will get more and more competition from the red fox, which is coming from the south.
And how were you able to measure these things?
Well, we made it simple for us by doing a mathematical model. So we have defined exactly how the model behaves, how evolution works, how competition works, and how the spatial processes works. That also means we can do a mathematical algorithm to extract, after we make the simulations, which part played the most role during the simulations. So we were able to make a map, if you like, of the relative importance of these three processes.
Okay. And what species were you working with in this model?
Well, these are abstract species, so it's not really a particular species. But the way we set up the model and the way it was formulated, it probably mostly relevant for plant species with passive dispersal.
And how do you think these results and these findings will influence the work with climate change mitigation and policy and such?
Well, for one thing, what we're studying is really a process that is already set in motion. So it increases our knowledge, but also I think we've shown quite clearly that what is set in motion will take a much longer than we thought, and that means that for policy decisions we are making decisions for many more future generations than we maybe have been thinking about so far.